Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about one of the simplest but most misunderstood numbers in business, your break-even point. Every owner thinks they understand it until they actually calculate it. And that's when the truth hits. The number is higher than they expected in most cases. The business is more expensive than they realized, and the margin for error is way smaller than they thought. Your break-even number is the line between profit and loss. It's the point where your business stops losing money and starts making money, of course. But here's the most interesting part, and this is where most owners get it wrong. They think break-even is a one-time calculation. It's not. It's a living, breathing thing. Break-even changes month to month, and if you aren't calculating it regularly, you're operating blind. So today we're going to walk through exactly how to calculate your real break-even number, not the textbook version, the real version. The version that tells you the truth about how much you need to sell, how many jobs you need to book, how many customers you need to close, and how effective your operations need to be. And once you understand this number, I promise you, decisions become easier. Pricing becomes clearer, hiring becomes safer, and future planning becomes less stressful. So let's get into it. What break-even actually means. Break-even is simple. It's the exact moment where your total revenue equates, well, your total expenses. You haven't made a profit. It's not margin. It's just survival. Above break-even, you're profitable. Below break-even, you're burning cash. And here's the part people forget. Break-even doesn't care how busy you are. You can work 60 hours a week and still be below break-even. You can have tons of invoices going out and still be below break-even. That's if your margins are sloppy and your expenses are too high. Break-even isn't emotional, it's math, and math doesn't lie. Here's the formula in plain language. Break-even equals fixed costs divided by gross margin percentage. That's it. Let's talk about fixed costs. These are the costs that don't change much based on how much you sell. Could be rent, administrative salaries, insurance, software, utilities, equipment payments, all the stuff that's basically the same every month. Gross margin percentage. Let's talk about that. This is the percentage of revenue you keep after paying for all of your direct costs that go into your product or service. That could be material, direct labor, or subcontract. Let's talk about gross margin. Gross margin tells you how much out of every dollar of revenue is available after you pay for those costs. For example, if your gross margin is 40% and your fixed costs are $40,000, your break-even revenue is $40,000 divided by 0.4, which equals $100,000. That means you need to sell $100,000 just to survive. The problem is most business owners never run this number, and the ones that do usually calculate it wrong. So where do most business owners screw up the calculation? Let me go through the 5 biggest mistakes. Mistake number 1, using revenue instead of margin. Break-even is not fixed costs divided by total revenue. That tells you nothing. You need your gross margin percentage or you're just guessing. Mistake number 2, using the wrong gross margin. Owners underestimate their cost of goods in most cases. They forget labor, they forgot materials, they forget subcontractors, they forget shipping, they forget fees, they forget waste. If your cost of goods is wrong, then your gross margin is wrong. If your gross margin is wrong, your break-even number is just a lie. Mistake number 3, ignoring owner compensation. You must include your pay in fixed cost, not draws, real pay. Your business isn't breaking even if you're surviving off scraps. If you don't include your compensation, your break-even number is truly fake. Mistake number 4, forgetting debt payments. Loan payments count. Equipment leases count. Lines of credit count. Break-even is about cash flow, not an accounting theory. Mistake number 5, treating break-even as a permanent number. It's not, it's liquid. Break-even changes every time your rent goes up, you hire someone new, you add software, your margins change, or obviously when your prices change. Break-even is a living number. How to calculate your real break-even number in less than 10 minutes. Let's go step by step. Step 1, list your monthly fixed costs. In other words, your overhead. That can include rent, salaries, insurance, phone, internet service, software, loan payments, utilities, vehicles, equipment, your salary, and then you just total all those. Step number 2, calculate your true gross margin. Take your last 3 months, find how much revenue you made, and subtract your material, labor, and subcontract, your true cost of goods sold. Include all of your direct costs. Again, that could be materials, subcontractors, direct labor, freight, supplies, waste you had, packaging. Come up with that percentage and divide that margin into your revenue. That gives you your gross margin percentage. Step number 3, apply the formula. Break even equals your fixed costs divided by your gross margin percentage. Step 4, stress test the number. Run 2 variations. Use your best case margin and then use your worst case margin. The real break-even number is somewhere in between the two. This stress test exposes how fragile your business is when your margins drop. So what do you do once you understand what your break-even number is? Calculating break-even is the first step, but using it is where the power is. Here's a few examples. Use number 1, pricing decisions. If your break-even number is $100,000 in revenue and you're only selling $85,000 and you refuse to raise your prices, your business model is the problem. Not the economy, not your customers, it's your pricing. Break-even forces you to price responsible. Use number 2, hiring decisions. If hiring one person raises your fixed costs, let's say by $6,000 a month, you better know how much additional revenue you need to stay above break-even. The break-even makes hiring logical, not emotional. Use number 3, cutting expenses. If your break-even number is too high, it means your fixed costs are too high. You don't fix that by selling your way out of the problem. You fix it by lowering the amount that you need to survive. Break-even makes cost-cutting strategic, not panic-driven. Use number 4, cash flow planning. When you know your break-even number, you can plan your cash more intelligently. You know what slow months to expect. You know your danger zones. You know how much cushion you need. You know when to lean on marketing. You know when to push sales harder. Break-even makes the future more predictable. There's another number that matters even more than revenue break-even. It's job break-even. This is the minimum a job or a project must bring in to know if it's worth doing. Owners mess this up consistently. They take low margin jobs. They take unprofitable work to keep people busy. They discount their services. They say yes to everything. But if a job doesn't cover its own cost or contribute toward fixed expenses, you're not breaking even. You're losing money disguised as work. Job break-even is simple. Direct costs plus fair labor plus overhead allocation equals your minimum price. If you price below that number, you're paying customers to let you work for them. That's why understanding break-even is so powerful. It eliminates fantasy, it eliminates emotion, it eliminates busy work, and it eliminates excuses. To summarize, most business owners run their businesses like a guessing game. They feel like they're doing okay, they hope the numbers work out, they believe they're profitable, but break-even doesn't care how you feel. It tells you the truth. If you calculate correctly, you get clarity. If you use it correctly, you get control. And once you have control, a business stops feeling like a firefight and starts feeling like leadership. So here's your homework. Calculate your real break-even number this week. Not the version in your head, not the version you guessed last year, the real version. The real fixed cost, the real margins, the real math. You'll be shocked how clarifying this is. And once you know the number, everything gets easier. All right, guys, that's it for this one. If you want more straight talk that actually helps you run a stronger business, then you should subscribe and check out all my other videos. I'll see you on the next one.